Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video, we're going to have a look at Abyss Crusade. Now, a lot of you will not have the units that are required effectively to get an excellent score. So let me just jump into rankings here and let me show you what I mean. So we jump all the way to the top. As you can see, Kai here with 91,000 has spent all of their attempts in getting to that point, getting to number one. I hope it was worth it, because this is going to get taken over very quickly, especially by the people who are on 393,000 per attempt. You need to do 4 attempts for every 1 attempt they do. Unfortunately, it is the way, and the people at the top, like Uranus, like ZU, like Hunter here, even Scout, I know, and Sai especially, I know they spend a lot of money in this game. So if you are not spending a lot of money, I wouldn't really chase it. What I would suggest is that you need to finish in the top you need to finish in the top 10, not top 10, top 128 of your particular war zone. So if we go all the way down, I don't think we can get there. Oh, we can. So you need to finish above this point here. Where is it? You need to finish above this point here. The reason that you need to finish above this point is because that is how many competitors there are in the World Arena, in the next Foggy Coliseum. So as you can see, I have I'm currently at 33, and I've used up almost all of my attempts anyway, but I am in the same room as Sai. Now, Sai is very, very strong, so let's go ahead and look at their attempts. So we'll have a look here. As you can see, Dahlia with skin. You have Victoria at, 12 stars. So you need a 12-star Victoria, you need a 12-star Arthur, you need a 15-star Ayushta, and a 13-star Ophelia. Yeah, that is a lot. That is a lot to be expected. And to have Chest, to have the new Lance, or the previous season's Lance, and also to have Demon Blade Whip up as well. It looks like, yeah, Dahlia to do the most, followed by Victoria, followed by Arthur as well. My attempt, reasonably similar, except the star levels are not so high. As you can see, I've got Dahlia here, I've got Victoria at 3 stars, 8 stars, I've got Arthur at 9 stars, got Madeline at 9 stars, and Ophelia at 9 stars, using Lance, using Gord, and using Knight's Edge as well. The reason that I'm using Gord is because Gord doubles the number of buffs that are effectively, you double the defensive buffs, excuse me. So you double the defensive buffs. Now what this means is, that's the whole point against this boss. So if we jump into a trial here, and let me just show you, if you click on guide over here, and you can get to it from the main screen as well. If you click on, where's he gone? You got your instructions here, and then guide down at the bottom. So if you click on this guide, it will tell you exactly what you need to do, and you can click on the boss's skills, and it will tell you each of the boss's skills. So first things first, Infernal Omag's attack applies a large number of debuffs, and each round targets lose significant HP based on the number of debuffs that they have. The tendency of his facade makes him vulnerable to increased damage when facing enemies with high defense, and it is recommended to use heroes with defense boost and debuff purification reflection, such as Victoria, to counter Infernal Omag. What I would tend to suggest is that you need units which are going to apply defensive boosts. Now there are a couple of units which do apply defensive boosts, so let me just show you those very quickly. First things first, we jump into Verdients, or at least into Glorians, and then into Lily and Leah. We do require a lot of Verdients on this team as well, potentially using somebody like Lee, Nawi, and the twins as well to trigger that Verdient synergy as much as possible. Now you do need twins here because they're exclusive runes. The defense boost effect stack limit is increased by 5 stacks. All allies additionally gain 2 stacks of defense boost for 3 rounds each time a Verdient synergy is triggered, and then that can go up to increase the stack limit to 10 if you have 4 red runes. All allies additionally gain 2 stacks of defense boost for 3 rounds each time a Verdient synergy is triggered. So we want as many Verdient synergies as possible in order to do as much damage as possible. Now again, not everybody's going to have 4 red runes for Lily and Leah. They do proc this on defense boost, attack. Yeah, so they do proc this on just having epic runes as well. So just something to keep in mind. Now there is as well, where have you got to? It's another, it's not Corolla, I don't think. Or it might be. Hold on. Is it? Let me just have a look at her runes, one sec. No, it's not Corolla, it's not Corolla. Stop sending me notifications, I am trying to record. It is in fact Ellie. Ellie is another one which very, very strong if you can build her correctly. So Ellie over here, I do have her half and half at the moment, so let's just have a look at her runes. I'm 1 off, don't point it out, otherwise you get banned. I'm just joking, I can't ban people from YouTube. So Ellie's passive, when Ellie's defense is increased, there is a 15% chance to gain an additional 30% of own defense for 3 rounds. So she can increase her own defense using these runes. Those are the only 2 non-DD units which I have found that increase defense. Now if we have a look at Madeline here, where's she gone? We have a look at her advanced. We get the damage reduction stat. It doesn't really apply. The Draco attack, when an ally takes active damage, they have 50% chance to deal physical damage to enemies. When Madeline is deployed, Doomsdayers. When Madeline is alive, release all enemies' damage dealt to backline allies by 50%. This keeps your units alive for as long as possible. Now, I don't have her runes, but Madeline stores the damage she takes every 2 rounds. She releases it before taking action, dealing 300% of the stored damage to all enemies. The stored damage caps at 300% of the ally team's average attack. If you have a full red, Madeline stores the damage she takes every 2 rounds. She releases it before taking action, dealing 300% of damage. So you do get to store all of the damage that is done to Madeline if you do have her runes. Again, I don't have her runes, so may not be best to include her on this team. What we can do is we can include Halissa as well. So let me just show what Halissa does in her advanced. Each time Halissa gains a reflect boost, she applies 1 stack of attack boost to all allies, and each stack, so every time Halissa gains attack based on the total stacks of reflect boost and attack boost on the team, blah blah blah, it increases our allies' max HP by 10%, defense by 5%, up to 20 stacks. So Halissa, another unit that increases defense. So let's go ahead and try let's go ahead and try an attempt with Halissa on the team over Madeline. I think this won't be the highest attempt that I have, but here it is. Here's the team in effect. What we're looking to do is we're looking to copy as many of those defensive buffs as possible. We do switch with the gourd, so now for the next 2 rounds, every single one of our attack, every single time we get a buff, so the increased HP, the increased defense every time a unit takes action, the increase in HP and defense from Arthur every time the unit takes action, the reflect debuff mechanic from Arthur will play a big part in all of this. Victoria is going to start to do reasonable damage here, 178 million. Dahlia to copy and do 301 million here. So we are building up quite slowly. As you can see, Arthur not building up, but his defense and his HP is going up as well. Halissa's defense every time it's for all of her reflect stacks, increases the defense. And then we also have Ophelia on the team as well. Every time we increase our HP, we also increase our attack. So the boss has applied a lot of debuffs, but we did actually reflect those debuffs back. So we reflected the debuffs back to the enemy, which means that we have less debuffs, and it also means that we have less damage to take the next round or on the next upkeep anyway. So as you can see, we are going to start reflecting all of these debuffs back as much as we possibly can. We're also doing a bit of reflect damage to this boss as well. What I'm not going to do, I'm not going to sit through 15 rounds. I don't suspect this particular team with Halissa on it will get to those 15 rounds, but it did, and Halissa did the most. That's not bad. As you can see, we got 167,819, which actually is less than my previous attempts with Madeline in. As you can see, I got to 170k with Madeline in it. But let's go ahead and let's check out Snake's score here. So Snake, just crazy. He's got Madeline here at half red. He's got Arthur at full red, Victoria at full red, Dahlia at full red, and Ophelia at full red as well. Let's go ahead and check out Uranus's team. So we've got Lamia, Ophelia, Arthur, Victoria, and Dahlia. Again, full Dooms team. Again, Dooms does seem to be the way to go because they pretty much are the tankiest. And again, we've got a very similar setup here. We've got Aishta included on Sai's team, so not too much difference, but the core unit remains the same. It is Victoria, it is Dahlia, it is Arthur, and Ophelia as well. It's just this middle unit changes depending on your star level and depending on your rune count as well. But that's it from me. There's not much else that I can go through with you about this. Relics, again, the same. Doesn't appear to be too much of a difference. This is a bit different in the lineup. We do have Lamia in there. So let's go ahead. Let's test out whether or not Lamia will be any good. So if we quick deploy Uranus's team, we'll go ahead battle and we'll skip through and just see whether or not. So we did get to the full 15 rounds. Arthur to do the most this time. And we did get close to the score, so it's 170k. We got a bit closer. We got 170k that time as well, so it doesn't really make a difference with these top-end teams. Those are the teams that you're looking to build. There's not really a unit which replaces Arthur. There's not really a unit which replaces Victoria or Dahlia. Those are your three core units. Ophelia is kind of required, and then this unit is interchangeable. You can put whatever other unit that you want in there. But that's it from me. Thanks very much for watching. I hope it has been helpful. I hope the explanation and breakdown of the Abyss stuff, because it can be quite a pain to realise what the actual thing is or what the tactic is. But you can always find it on this guide section here. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day, and good luck in all of your attempts.